Gran Turismo 7 and God of War Ragnarok are coming to the PlayStation 5 as well as the PlayStation 4. Does this put even more pressure on Microsoft's first party? I'm going to read the article and then we will discuss. Let's get into it. After reading this article, Herman Holst has confirmed that God of War Ragnarok, the sequel to the hit reimagining of God of War on the PlayStation 4, will also be coming to the PlayStation 4 as well as the PlayStation 5, and Gran Turismo 7 will also be a cross-generational title coming to the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. He mentions that unlike titles that started their development on the PlayStation 5, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, and Returnal, these games began their development as PlayStation 4 titles and then are getting an upgrade to the PlayStation 5. Now, there's two ways to look at this, and stick with me here because I'm going to try and explain these in as easy of terms as I possibly can. So, Sony first-party games generally look better than everyone else's first-party games. Some of their games look a generation ahead. Like, for instance, Horizon Forbidden West. We just saw that game, and we know that it's developed with the PlayStation 4 in mind. However, it looks like a PlayStation 5 game. That's the benefit that Sony has with their in-house developers and their in-house engines built specifically for their own pieces of hardware. So here's where Microsoft has the advantage, and I'm going to talk about the disadvantage as well. They have time now. These two games, even though they're cross-generational, are going to be absolutely huge for the PlayStation 5. Miles Morales is a cross-generational title, and every single time PlayStation 5 gets a restock, Miles Morales sells out for the PlayStation 5. So these two games, God of War, Gran Turismo 7, and Horizon Forbidden West, 3 games, are going to do extremely well for the PlayStation 5. Most people seeing these games aren't in the know. They just think, wow, look how great these games look. These are on PlayStation 5. So now that they're delayed, Microsoft has more time to cultivate great first-party titles. I don't think Psychonauts 2 is going to stand up to God of War or Horizon Forbidden West, and I'm not sure Halo is going to either. But imagine if they're building Starfield and Perfect Dark with the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S in mind, and they're forgetting about the Xbox One S, which they absolutely should be doing, and I hope they're doing. Even if they're not, they've got time to make sure that their first party, at least graphically, can stand toe-to-toe with Sony's cross-generational titles. Because if they don't, the only thing Sony has to do then is begin showing off games and new IPs developed solely with the PlayStation 5 in mind. And when these teams that are doing things like this right here, God of War on the base PS4, take a look at this game. When they start doing things solely on the PlayStation 5, imagine what they're going to look like. When Guerrilla starts doing things solely on the PlayStation 5, imagine what it's going to look like. When the team behind Gran Turismo 7 begins to work on the PlayStation 5 solely, imagine what it's going to look like. So the time that Microsoft has now with these delays bodes well for Microsoft. But at the same token, at the same turn, it doesn't if they can't match these cross-generational games, let alone Sony's new PlayStation 5 only games. So this is how I see it. Is it a disappointment? I would say for me, yes, because I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet, but I would like to see things like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Returnal that take advantage of some aspects of the PlayStation 5. I would like to see the new God of War do even more. I would like to see the new Gran Turismo do any more, and even the new Horizon Forbidden West do even more. But seeing Horizon Forbidden West, it looks so good, I can't really complain, right? I mean, what am I going to complain about there? And I'm sure that the new God of War is going to look even better. And Forza, I mean, not Forza, yeah, I'm going to get into Forza. But Gran Turismo, I mean, it's a car game. It's going to look great. Most car games do look great. And there's, again, another advantage for Microsoft in this being a cross-generational title. If they can get Forza Horizon out the door, built for the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, that absolutely can stand toe-to-toe with Gran Turismo because their Forza series already does. You see what I'm trying to say? They have something that already does, but they don't have anything that can stand toe-to-toe with God of War, Horizon Forbidden West. They just don't have it. Even Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, built for the PS5, looks so much better and is doing so much more. And Returnal utilizing the SSD. So I think it's a plus. It could be a huge plus, and it could be a huge minus if those first parties simply just aren't good. And I think the first one is going to be Halo. I'm not sure about Halo. The rumor is that, we're not going to see campaign gameplay. We're just going to see multiplayer. That's a huge mistake. Halo is not just a multiplayer-centric game. It's a single-player, story-driven world. It begs to have stories told in it, and but it's Microsoft Star Wars. It could be that huge, and I just don't see 343 really getting it right, and I hope that they do. But again, the advantage here is in Microsoft's favor with these delays and these cross-gen titles if their teams can match graphically the showpieces that Sony has for their next generation system, the PlayStation 5. Because eventually those PlayStation 5 games, again, are going to hit. And if their cross-gen stuff looks like this, what is their exclusive stuff going to look like? So the time is there for Microsoft. Hopefully Starfield, hopefully Perfect Dark. Hopefully they have one surprise that's going to launch, like Hellblade 2. Show us something of that. And I think that this is a huge plus for them, but it could also be a huge minus. We're just going to have to wait and see how these cross-generation titles stack up to one another. And then we're going to have to wait and see how the next generation games built solely for the Xbox Series consoles and the PlayStation 5 stack up to one another. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about the things that I talked about here. Do you think that their first party games have to stack up at least graphically to Sony's cross-generation games, let alone their PlayStation 5 only games? Do you think it doesn't matter? Like, subscribe, share out on your favorite social media platform of choice, and I will see you in the next video.